clients incoming! The air became thick with the sounds of clattering wheels on rails as a train of battered trucks rolled through the Langford Tunnel. Many were in a right state, missing buffers, bent wheels, broken boards.
No, heck no, we got no chance in hell of fixing all of these. Who managed to fuck up an entire train of trucks?
A glasses-adorned man stood next to the grimy brown truck, tapping a clipboard against the rim of his hat. Mr. Archie Yarmouth Towers, though he preferred Dr. Towers. Some scatter train...
No, Archie, don't ever say that again.
Sorry. Some newbie decided that they wanted to take too many trucks up the incline out of Morriston Docks and lost them all. This isn't even all of them. Some of them had to be broken up at the scene. I'm sensing a truck shortage on our hands.
Damn, glad I work here and not there then. I'd be rushed off my frames.
A woman in a sharp purple suit was noticed by the trio, holding onto the railing of the brake van at the end of the train. She hopped off in front of them, wiping a stressed brow. Morning, Deco, Moira, Archie. I guess you can see that you have your work cut out for you, huh?
It sure looks like it, boss. I gotta be honest, we're not gonna be able to fix all of these without a lot of time.
No, I didn't think you would. But we've never had too much rolling stock, and losing so much at such a critical time in the railway's history could be disastrous. Could you fix as much as you can, please? We can sure try. Wait, did you say critical time? What's going on out there? You haven't heard? No, I suppose you wouldn't have.
We haven't heard. Boss, we live and work in the mountains miles away from New Knapford, and nobody stops by to tell us anything.
Okay, fair enough. Well, how much do you all know about the history of Sodor?
I was there for a bit.
I know some. I had to take history to graduate. Well, 3 of them are back. Mr. Towers' face twisted slightly in confusion. He glanced up at his 2 work partners as he pondered her statement. 3 of them are back? Miss Hatt smiled. Recently, we poured everything we had into a state-of-the-art wonder-of-the-world engine revival facility. It was one of our 2 last-ditch attempts to save the economy. Project Thunderclap paid off fantastically, so we made another attempt, and the investor money is pouring in. The economy is on the uptick. Our little corner of Sodor looks like it just might have a bright future. The man leaned back against Deco's buffers, staring up at the cliffside. This was a lot to take in, even knowing about modern technological advancements. He took a deep breath and looked back down at Mrs. Hatt. And none of this is exaggerated? None. I have really high hopes going forward. We just might be entering into another golden era. Moira let out a gruff chuckle.
We're happy for you, yeah. Don't know why it matters that we know, though. It's not like we're ever gonna see it.
Actually, Miss Hatt adjusted her tie and held her lapels, trying to put across an air of professionalism. There just might be a chance, if this continues to pay off, that we might be able to open up the businesses that we lost when money was tight. It's pouring in right now, and we're gaining engines. We need industries for them to work in, and a good quality works to fix them. You're kidding. It would be cruel of me to kid about such a serious topic. The 3 work partners grew silent again, as if they were all thinking about this bombshell news in their own way. Mr. Towers gave a small chuckle and stood back up straight. Well, if it ever comes to pass, we would be elated to start work again. Well, I'll see what I can do, Mr. Towers. Dr. Towers, if you please. A doctor of all the engines you'll hopefully be sending to us. Of course. Well, I've got the aftermath of a crash to deal with, so unfortunately I can't stick around. Stay excited, you 3. The trio gave her a warm farewell as the woman walked back into the tunnel a ways, hopping into the cab of the small shunter who had brought everything there. All right, Runio, let's head off to the revival facility and see if they've got any trucks that they can spare. We really may need them soon. Right away, ma'am. Lucky for you, I did see excess trucks when I was about to bring Thomas back to New Knapford. Some of them have been restored to their original colors. You should see the one that's this lovely shade of dark blue.
Oh man, this place is way too formal for me. Robert Packard sat in a lavishly cushioned chair inside the office of New Knapford Station. He still sported his well-worn overalls, and his trusty hard hat leaned up against the leg of the chair. A dark man in a dark suit by the name of Factory Leader sat next to him, hands patiently in his lap. "We were told it would be urgent. I really didn't expect her to be late, you know." "It's not like her, I agree. I guess she's late for a reason relating to the meeting? At least there's complimentary coffee." "We'll find out in a moment. I can see her car landing." With a gentle whooshing sound, the hover car of a red hat touched down outside the office, with her stepping out a moment later. She gave the men a polite wave as she walked to the office door and stepped in, walking behind her desk to sit down. "Well, good to see you again. Been a hell of a time lately, huh?" "Never thought I'd see the likes of my life, ma'am. Finally something to put my ancestors' business knack toward. I thank you for that. And I've finally gotten to sink my teeth into a substantial project for the first time in years. I mean, drafting a new building in No Engine's Land? Something was begging to be put there for ages. Where's all this inspiration coming from?" "I agree. Don't you have enough to worry about with my revival facility? Was this coffee made for us, or is it the leftover from sleepless nights you've probably been having?" "Hey, who do you take me for? Who serves second-hand coffee? I'm excited, not stressed. Mostly-ish. I've been having ideas for the railway. Big ideas." "Let's hear them, then. How do they involve us?" "So, you know how we're finally on the other side of the recession of the 2190s? "We know. Girl, it almost put us out of business." I know. And you know how our economy is on a steady rise for the first time in a good while? Uh-huh. Well, I've crunched the numbers. If we play our cards right, ration work, and put reputable members on duty, we have enough to start reopening industries." "No kidding?" "No kidding. I broached the idea with Mr. Towers." "Isn't he Dr. Towers?" "Towerman. I broached the idea with Towerman previously, and we both agree it would be a great first project to reopen the works." "You're already that far into talks?" "It's all but confirmed to be moving forward. You've both said you wanted to do more things, so congratulations, our railway is officially growing. Joseph, it's your job to start focusing on getting us some more rolling stock for this project. Dig up and restore as much as you can. Save us costs on importing them from the mainland." "I'll get on it as soon as I'm back. Mind you, there's a certain red guy who's gonna be livid at the attention is moving away from him at all." "And Rob, you get the hard part." "Good. The hard part is what I like." "Say the job, Beretta." "You're in charge." "In charge? The last project I handled was putting up a mailbox. I never handled a full-scale construction project." "You've always said you wanted to, though. Plus, it's in your lineage. The Packard family are the builders of Sodor. I've sent you the location via holophone. You're gonna do great. I'll even pay for the heavy machinery." "Well, I'll sure take a damn good try at it. I don't know how I'll do, though." "Trust me, I've secured you some very reliable helpers who know all about building Sodor. You'll be a great team. Speaking of that looks like Thomas and Brina arriving. Brina's the new engine I ordered from the mainland to help out with all this." "You're really on top of this, huh?" "I've had the best job on the island, so I take it pretty seriously. Now I'd best go meet them. Good luck, gents, and thank you." And with that, Miss Hatt stood up and walked outside. The two men shared a surprised, mutual look. "Well, I can't say I expected this when I got out of bed." "I'm honestly happy to hear it. I'm glad to have things to do at any time. In fact, I'm going to head out to the site now to scope things out." "And I'd best be off to the facility to... Hey, who's that engine with the big forehead coming?"
You're still fucking alive?
Well, let's see what we're getting into. Brina gulped as she followed along behind Thomas. The little tank engine led the way into the brand new works, tailed only by Brina and the blue brake van. "So, why are you staying behind, Faraday?" "I broke my motor. You were there for that." "Oh yeah. Jerome and Judy? No motor. None. Oh yeah. Bye then, Francis. Remember what you told me before Rob even told Thomas to go in? Right. Silent and not a distraction. Definitely. Suddenly, very much distracted by something himself, Thomas quickly rushed off down a path after a blurred orange shape. Brina and Francis were left in the dust, rather confused. What? Did he see a squirrel? Where? Never mind. The two of them came to a stop around a corner, where they saw a glasses-wearing man walking towards them. Welcome back, Thomas. Oh. Thomas isn't with you. Okay, well, if the schedule lines up properly, aha! My name is Archie Yarmouth Towers, but you can call me Dr. Towers. I run this works. And you must be Jerome and Judy? Not quite. Really? Bugger-oh. Brina and Francis, then. My apologies. I wouldn't mind having a crane arm. Shh! So, I appreciate your team coming here, and I'd like both of you to make a start on the restoration. Jerome and Judy are the cranes, right? They are. Me and Thomas just wanted to run light engine into the works to see the scale of what we were dealing with. Didn't want to bring loud and bulky equipment into an unstable area. If you're light engine, then who is the... Oh, he would have shrieked like a scorned 7-year-old in an Xbox Million lobby if I dared leave him behind. He promised he'd be quiet, and to his credit, he actually was. Yippee! I did a good job! Son of a parent! Dr. Towers awkwardly adjusted his glasses. So, it would be fantastic if you could all start restoring the nearby warehouses. Closest to the track, they're the most important. It's probably smart to go and get your cranes, and probably Thomas and that other one, too. Don't worry about what's inside if you need to knock down walls. It's just a bunch of old junk in there anyways. Understandable, sir. Come along, Francis. Can I be loud now? No, Francis. You can't be loud now. Man. A while later, after Thomas dropped off Moira with Faraday. So, what did Mr. Towers say, Francis? Said to restore the warehouse, especially the ones next to the track, and if you need to knock down a wall, that's fine, because it's just full of junk anyways. The workers even fitted Jerome with a wrecking ball! Good job for remembering, Francis. You really can focus when it's important. Thanks. Well, here's a good one to start with, I think. Jerome, ready when you are. Stand clear! Boom! With a mighty crash, Jerome's wrecking ball slammed into the weak wall of the warehouse, knocking it right down. The engines cheered in excitement. Sick! How cool was that? Do you mind? The crew froze. Did a voice just come from inside the warehouse? Dr. Towers said it was only full of junk, right? Hello? Hello, yes, I said do you mind? There is quite a long queue to be repaired, and you knocking down the wall is only going to upset the order! Indignantly staring at the group from behind the clearing dust was a very dusty, run-down, troublesome truck. Wow, Sodor really needs to have a look at the constant instances of indirectly imprisoning living creatures. Too right. Mister, whatever your name is, how long have you been here? It has certainly felt like years! But after all, it isn't always so when waiting in queues. The crew shared a concerned look. Thomas, I think you should go and tell Dr. Towers about this. What? Why me? I want to hear the lore! Shut up and go be the main character. Oh, fucking whatever! Dr. Towers was walking out to the demolition site as Thomas hurriedly puffed up next to him. Mr. Towers! Doctor, if you please. Dr. Towers, we found something in the warehouse we're restoring. Well, more like wrecking right now, but keep it if you like. It's been left here and it's no use to us at this point. No, I think you'd want to see this for yourself. Oh? Dr. Towers hopped up to Thomas's steps, holding onto his cab rail as the tank engine took him back to the demolition site. Once they arrived, the man took a double take. Is that a truck? Ah, it's a penguin. Of course it's a truck. What do we do? My goodness, I suppose it must have been forgotten about in the repairing queue several years back. Forgotten about?! The truck thundered, setting everyone's shocked gaze back onto him. I've been waiting inside this dark and empty warehouse, with mice making their homes in me for ages, only to be told I've been forgotten about! Sorry. Unbelievable! You'll be hearing from my boss! Phone him right away! Dr. Towers sighed in irritation. What's the name of the company, Mr. I don't have a name to my knowledge, and don't you deflect! My company is Armonage & Co. Chop, chop! They'll be keen to have me back! Oh, man. Is there some sort of problem? That company has been dead for years, I hate to tell you. Oh dear. Well, I don't quite know how to, proceed then. I think we should start with getting you out of here first. Brina piped up. Oh, sorry guys. I can't stick around to help. I just remembered. I have a goods train to take in just a few minutes. Can you handle this alone? I'm sure we can. Good luck, Brina. Don't get lost! The truck looked wistfully to one side. A goods train? Goodness. I miss being part of those. A while later, after Moira so kindly gave Brina directions. Well, Brina's just gone off with a goods train, so we likely are gonna have a little while to work on our own time. Hello, Dr. Towers and Francis and Jerome and Judy and Faraday. Why sound so irritated on my name? I was running out of breath. Well, I heard about that truck you guys found. Pity about him. Yeah, he's currently being repaired, but I can't help but feel sorry for him. He's had a lot of bad luck for sure. He said that he missed being part of a goods train. Why don't we put him on one then? Dr. Towers shook his head. There's no goods train that he can be put on right now, I'm afraid. Brina took the only one scheduled for today. What a shame. I think he deserves to go on a goods train, after all that waiting he's done. I agree. Well, I need to head back to the office for a while. Nice talking to you all. The engines watched Dr. Towers walk away, still wondering if there was a way to cheer the truck up while there was still daylight left. But it didn't seem like they'd be able to make his first day back outside anything more than bittersweet. However, while they were thinking, a panicked Deco quickly made his way over the points into the yard. And, well, you remember what happens next, of course. Soon enough, the cavalcade was making their way back to the works, with a wet but rescued Moira and Brina in tow. The group approached the open sheds where they could be repaired, only to find the truck was still there. Hello? What brings you all over here? Well, there's been an accident. 2 of our friends need repairs. Is your repair work almost done, Mr. Truck? Well, not for an hour or so, no. Damn, that's a bummer. Oh well, I guess I can survive a night without... No matter! Shunt me out and take my place! What? I am very good at waiting, as I'm sure you can tell. I only snapped at the unfortunate incompetence of forgetting me, not having to wait. Tell me about the injured, will you? What roles do they have to play? There's Brina, the brown diesel. She's part of the construction and restoration team. And there's Moira, who isn't, but she works with Deco, who runs the works. Your diesel friend is helping you with your project, and that is important. Miss Brown Truck is part of the group that makes these works. What's the word? Work! I'll let them go first. It's best that they're back in action as soon as possible. I'm just a simple truck owned by a private contractor that no longer exists. I don't mind. You're very kind, you are. All right, let's get this organized. A while later, don't worry, this is the last time I swear, it was time to head home for the day. The crew had said their goodbyes to Deco, Moira, Dr. Towers, and the truck and headed away, out of Langford Tunnel. The group watched them as they went, before Dr. Towers turned to Deco. So, what's the status on the faceless trucks that fell in the river with Brina? They're in fine shape, sir. We just need to give them a look and they can go right back onto the goods train. Thomas said he'll double-head it with me when they come back tomorrow. You know what, Deco? I don't think we'll do that. Huh? Say what? I think that front van will need a far more thorough inspection. It was at the front and took the worst of the fall out of the lot, right? Which means that we have a bit of open space on the goods train. How annoying. Deco and Moira's faces lit up. They knew what Dr. Towers was planning. So, Mr. Morridge, would you care to take the front spot on the goods train?
Oh, sir, I would be delighted to.
Dr. Towers laughed and gave the truck side a gentle pat. Your waiting is finally over, and we'll make sure that it never happens again. Deco, Moira, you make sure that you and Thomas's crew do a thorough inspection of all the warehouses, full of junk or not. We won't let them forget, sir.
We'll be on their asses.
Mr. Morridge smiled genuinely for the first time in years. He certainly had been more patient than was reasonable, but it looked as if his prospects, as well as the prospects of Langford Works itself, were only improving.